Hi, I'm Jimmy Haslip. I'm a bass player with the Yellow Jackets, Jeff Lorber Fusion, and I'm happy to be here. Please watch JazzrockTV.
Hallo, hier sind wir wieder mit JazzrockTV. Heute bei uns zu Gast Jimmy Haslip. Jimmy, we're
Hi.
so proud to have you here.
Thank you.
And it's a great honor that you visit our little studio here in Cologne.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, and Jimmy was on the road, war on Tour mit Jeff Lorber Fusion und zur Einstimmung ein kleiner Ausschnitt aus dem Konzert, aus dem Live-Proberaum in Zürich.
But actually, we thought about what this process to be nominated. So, is there a kind of jury or who's?
Well, it's very complex. I mean, first, as you can imagine, there's thousands and thousands of CDs that have to be reviewed, by a committee. Yeah, a NARAS committee, which is the National Association of the Arts, recording arts. So it's quite a process. They have to weed through thousands of records, and then out of all the thousands of records, they come up with a listing of what all these records, the genre, what genre they're in. Yeah. And then they send this list out to all the NARAS members. There's hundreds or maybe thousands of members. So this ballot goes out in the mail. I'm a member. So I get the ballot in the mail, and then I'm only allowed to vote in 5 categories. And they ask if you would vote only the categories that you are an expert.
Okay.
So which was your categories?
Oh, I picked all the jazz. Yeah. No, I'm not an expert on that. But I have produced female pop singers, so that's okay. But I usually choose just the jazz categories, and I feel like I have some sort of knowledge in that area. So. You mark the ones you get to choose 5. Mm-hmm. So like say for contemporary jazz, which I was nominated in eventually.
Okay, you cannot vote.
I can vote for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can vote for myself. It's legal. It's only one vote, out of thousands of votes. So, for example, I did pick that category, and I could either just pick myself, but I'm pretty fair about that. Yeah. So I picked 5 things that I liked. Actually, my solo record was in there too, so I voted for that as well. It didn't actually get nominated though, because I have a new solo record out now. It's on iTunes. It's called Nightfall. So. That was selected out of the thousands of things to put into this list. In fact, Renegade Creation, I voted for that. I did vote in one of the rock instrumental. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I voted for this song called Brothers, which was written by Gary Novak.
Yeah. Now listen to Brothers. Huh?
Yeah, you want to listen to that?
Yeah, sure.
Give everything away.
He's got it all happening.
So,
Is das meint?
yeah, I have to go on the music.
Yeah.
And then you have to look again. That's okay.
Yeah, it's the last song.
Brothers, there it is.
Ah, the one with the solo. With your solo.
Yeah,
Yeah, solo.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
He's a bass player.
I tried to.
I just do keyboard fun.
But it's kind of a cool instrumental, but
That's
obviously it didn't make it in the finals. It was like, I think Jeff Beck won, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, which he's great.
He won
Ah,
two
the
Grammys.
album.
He won 2 Grammys, yeah, which blew him away, you know.
Yeah.
So this must be a great come together, you know, when you all.
Oh yeah,
all
you
guys
see all kinds of people, and you know, get to hear all kinds of music, and you know, this category, for instance, was in the pre-telecast. So they have, I don't know, it was like 70 Grammys they gave out in the pre-telecast, you know, and so. Saw some really wonderful things, you know. I have a very good friend named Billy Childs, and he won a Grammy. Vince Mendoza, who I'm friends with, he won a Grammy for something he produced for the Metropole Orchestra. So, you know, some really fun things. And then I got to see Jeff Beck win 2 Grammys, which he was blown away by. It seemed like it was really humbled by that. And the thing that was shocked me the most was Neil Young won a Grammy for something he did. And so he came up, you know, and sometimes if it's a big star like that, they don't appear, you know, they may be home or something, or they didn't bother coming. But he was there. He was there, and he came and he walked up on stage. I thought that was really charming of him to be there. And when he accepted his award, it was amazing to me, because he said, "Well, I've been doing this now for like 50 years. You know, it's been a long time," and he said, "This is my first Grammy." Which I couldn't believe that Neil Young never won a Grammy before.
Yeah, this is kind of people you expect they have.
Like 100 Grammys. I don't know, because he's had quite a career. But that's a beautiful story, you know. And he was so thrilled, you know, to be there and to have finally won a Grammy after, you know, some 45, 50 years he's been making records, you know.
He made some really great records.
Fantastic record. Finally he gets a trophy, you know.
He gets the reward.
Yeah.
The official, you know, the acceptance from the Grammy jury.
Exactly.
Great. That's great.
So there was some really fun things. On top of that, I was getting a big kick out of the whole ceremony, the pre-telecast ceremony, because the band on stage, the drummer was William Kennedy. So
really?
he was the drummer in the Yellow Jackets now. And so I was watching Will play all night. I was sitting there watching him play stuff.
We recorded you guys with.
But then we went to, you know, after the pre-telecast, there's an intermission, and then within like an hour or so, there's you go into the big room at the Staples Center, and they have the big show, you know, with Lady Gaga and you know,
all this stuff.
Jason Bieber, you know.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber,
he's
So this is not your category.
The male Hannah Montana.
Not Justin Bieber, but I did like Lady Gaga. I liked her presentation, and
it's entertainment, eh?
yeah, I thought it was fun. You know, I really enjoyed it, and I liked Rihanna. I liked
great singer.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. And then there was some other cool things, like you know, Mick Jagger performed, and that was his very first time ever at the Grammys. And
really?
Yeah, he had never been to the Grammys. Yeah.
But they got some Grammys before the.
I don't know. So I have to look that up. I don't know if
we will check this out.
They must have won a Grammy.
Yeah,
but,
I'm pretty sure.
But I don't know. And there was a really cool performance with these guys. They're called Mumford and Sons. It's kind of a bluegrass group, really cool. And they and this other group performed with as well with Bob Dylan.
Oh, great.
And that was really fun. I'm
I
a
think
big
that-
fan of Bob Dylan's, even though I understand there's been some talk about Bob Dylan not being kind of a fake or something.
Really?
Yes, I heard that through the grapevine, but I like Bob Dylan.
But he wasn't there, sure. A great songwriter.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
What kind of songs did he write? Yeah.
Well, actually, when we do
lyrics.
our Grammy episode for us, it's every time we check the nominations and everything, and it's also a good thing to check out some new stuff because some of the nominees you have never heard before, you don't know the names.
Exactly.
And then just check it out, and you will find really cool stuff that you
That
never
you
know
didn't-
before.
Exactly. It's a
And,
way to get turned on to some
yeah.
new music.
Yeah.
I really like the country group that won several ones.
Oh yeah,
Antebellum.
Lady Antebellum.
It's a
yeah.
great. I have this album at home.
they
It's a
performed
great,
as well.
Great album. Great album. Great song. I never heard the name. So I first heard the name last year when I was in vacation in the US. I heard this. Never heard this before, and now they won the Grammy. So
They won a bunch of Grammys.
yeah, I think 5.
Yeah.
5.
A
What
very
we-
successful evening.
What we heard before is the bass solo from Jimmy and
Oh gosh.
Brothers.
Oh, we missed
Oh
that.
my
I stopped the
God.
music because it was right at the spot where the bass solo starts. So.
With a wah-wah.
Yeah, you played with the wow or other things, or just
It was a wah-wah and a envelope modifier.
But did you this very often playing with Downs and Wawa or what?
Yeah,
Was it a special thing?
well, that was a special thing, but I've done it before. I think there's a solo on a Jing Chi record that I used this kind of an effect, and also I did a whole I produced a Gino Vanelli track on a record he did called Slow Love, and I produced a song on there called Cry Baby. So I figured the song's called Cry Baby, and Gino wanted me to play a bass solos throughout the song, and I figured because it's called Cry Baby, I have to use a Cry Baby wah-wah.
yeah, of course.
So that's what I did.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And when you go in the studio to record a solo like this, do you prepare a concept at
No.
home, or do you just go in and let it
To
come
be
out?
honest, I didn't even know I was going to do a solo on this. We recorded all the tracks, and then I just thought Robin was going to solo on that, and then Robin said, "Well, we don't have a bass solo on this whole record, so why don't you take a little bass solo on this tune?" So I thought, well, okay, let me try. Let me see if something happens. And so I plugged in, and we found a spot that might be okay, and I played that. And everyone liked it, and I said, okay, we'll keep it,
How was
That was
it to record with two fabulous guitar players at the same time? Michael
Oh.
Landau and Robin Ford, two guitar heroes.
They're incredible guys, and they're super talented, and it's an honor to be in a band with these guys, and we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah, sure. You started. The Yellow Jackets were in the
with-
beginning
with
the band
Robin
for
Ford.
Robin Ford.
Yeah, in fact, we did a record before the first Yellow Jackets record. It's called The Inside Story, which was Robin Ford's solo record, but it was really the precursor to the Yellow Jackets, and Robin put that band together, with Russell Ferrante and Ricky Lawson and myself, and he had already organized a production crew, which was Steve Cropper, who's another legendary guitar player, Do you know who that is?
I think he's
No,
from the
I do
Blues
not.
Brothers band. Or
Well, he plays with the Blues Brothers band,
Oh,
but do you
yeah.
know what his origin was?
No, I don't
Okay, he was the original guitar player in Booker T and the MGs.
Ah, Green Onions.
Green Onions. And he also wrote several songs, very famous songs. One in particular was In the Midnight Hour with Wilson Pickett. Yeah.
yeah.
Great.
So there you go, some trivia.
Soul legend.
So yeah, it's a soul legend, and so that's just he did a lot of things. But anyway, I guess he and Robin had talked about doing a record like this, and he wanted to produce it. So that was back in when was that? 1977, 78, something like that. He did that.
You were not only the bass player from Renegade Creation, also the producer of the record.
That's right.
Was it your idea to put those guys together?
Well,
how did you come up with them?
Yes, it was my idea, but also Robin had some. He also had an idea to do something like this, and actually, you know, Robin and I have been in another group together with Vinny Colaiuta. It's called Jing Chi, right? Which we did 3 records for. I produced 3 records for that band, and we were talking about doing a 4th record last year, but Vinny was very busy. Vinny was all over the place. He was playing with Herbie Hancock. He was playing with Chick Corea. He was playing with Sting. He was playing with everybody. So
Difficult to find a spot. Eh?
yeah, so it was hard to pin him down, and that was okay. So Robin and I started talking about doing a different project, and then we had talked about this in the past, but I brought this up, and Robin thought this might be a good idea. So it was a matter of me talking to the president of Shrapnel Records about this particular project. And when I did speak to him about it, he was thrilled about maybe doing this. And then it was a matter of me calling Mike and Gary Novak, Mike Landau and Gary Novak, and seeing if they were available and interested. And they were available and interested. So then it was just a matter of finding a time in the calendar when everyone was free. And we had a blast. I asked since Michael and Robin were singing, I asked them to write some songs, because they were both really great songwriters, and I figured that would be the best approach, to have them write songs for their voice, you know. And so I got demos of a bunch of stuff, and it all sounded great, and it seemed to make a lot of sense and have a cohesive grouping of tunes between Robin and Michael. And then I asked Gary if he had any music, and he had this instrumental. He had some other stuff too, and then we also collaborated on some music in the studio. So.
And when I look at the lineup, I think, okay, two great guitar players. You know, everyone plays for himself with trios or quartets.
Yeah,
you know,
it's great.
And it must be not. Maybe it's not so easy as a producer to find the right spots for each of the guitar players, or was it like Michael and Robin said, okay, you play this, you play this, and
well, we sat down together, and you know, they're huge fans of each other, so they would say, you play on this, no, you play on that, you know, but they came to some, you know, decision, and you know, on some songs they both played, you know, maybe one would solo first and then the other would solo second. So, and when we mixed the record, we kind of we mixed it in such a way so like Robin would be like on the left side and Michael would be on the right side. So there was that kind of separation, and it was easy. We're all very good friends, and that makes it also very simplified and easy to work together. Yeah. It's really been great, and we've since done quite a few live performances, and it's always fantastic and fun.
Are you also in Europe or in Germany?
We have not played over here at all. We've only been touring all over the United States, and we did a little bit of touring in Canada. Did a couple of gigs up there, and then we actually did a short tour in Japan.
Mm. Yeah, Japan.
Might be difficult to have all these people together for a tour, because then you have full dedication for the tour. So if all of them are doing several, it might be difficult to find the time.
Everybody's busy, but everybody really likes this project. So in fact, we have about a week's worth of concerts on the East Coast coming up in May. Mm-hmm. And we've been talking about trying to put a little European run, possibly only in England, but we'll see how it works out, but in end of September.
And you're here now in Germany not for holiday?
No.
For work. So
yeah.
What kind of projects are you doing at the moment here in Europe?
Well, I've been in touch with Lucia Feck, hi Lucia.
Who's sitting over there?
She's sitting right over there. So I met Lucia when she booked the Jeff Lorber Fusion, which is another band that I've been touring with, and we've done two tours, one tour, two tours.
With you too.
2 tours with me, and she's done yet another tour with the Jeff Lorber Fusion, which William Kennedy, who was playing on the last one with me, we both were engaged on and committed to going to Japan with the Yellow Jackets, so we were unavailable. But Jeff and Lucia put together a really nice rhythm section with Sonny Emery and Victor Bailey. And then Eric Marienthal plays in that band, saxophone, and of course Jeff Lorber. But I was scheduled to come to Frankfurt starting tomorrow for a couple of rehearsals and 2 performances with the Yellow Jackets and the HR Radio Frankfurt Big Band. And then Lucia and I were speaking about maybe doing some workshops over here in Germany, and so she hooked up one in Dusseldorf and also here in Cologne, and then also in Maastricht in the Netherlands. So.
Yeah, fantastic.
All right.
So the dog is there.
Good.
And we covered, of course, the Jeff Lorber Fusion shows that were here in our area, and we're going to have a short look into those concerts with Jimmy.
Great.
You brought us a DVD.
I did.
Alan Holdsworth and Alan Pasqua, Chet Weckerman, and of course...
And me.
Jimmy Haslip. Right. Can you tell us about something about this project?
Yeah, that's been ongoing, on and off for the last almost 3 years now. And during the first year that we were playing together, it's a tribute to the Tony Williams' New Lifetime. On one level, on another level, there's a lot of original material as well. But basically, it's a tribute to that group. And we were doing some material from a record called Believe It, which is one of my favorite fusion records. So I was honored to be able to perform this music with Alan Pasqua and Alan Halsworth, and Chad, for that matter. And I have done some trio gigs with Chad and Alan as well, which is a completely different repertoire, and that's more of Alan's group. And I've also been playing some with Alan Pasqua's group, which I mentioned before to you.
Yeah.
We did a record for a small label in California called Cryptogrammophone, which was kind of an avant-garde label that did a variety of avant-garde projects, including Alan Pasqua's record, The Antisocial Club, which featured Nels Cline on guitar.
Okay.
Another great guitar player who plays with a group called Wilco.
Wilco, right. Wilco is like a pop group, right?
Yeah. Well, alternative.
Alternative.
Yeah.
Okay, don't mix it up.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, so it was a fun project, and now I'm going to be recording with Alan Halsworth. He's got a new studio record in the works, so I look forward to that.
This will come up this year or take some more time?
Well, I think we'll record this year, but I don't know when it will be released.
Okay. So,
and this was a live concert at Yoshi's, which is a really cool club up in Oakland, California, Northern California. And we got this film crew in from Austin, Texas, and they did like a 7-camera shoot and recorded us, and it really came out nice. It's a nice concert DVD.
So, let's have a look.
Yeah, check it out.
So in this year with the HR big band, this is part of promotion for the new Yellow Jackets record, or is it separate from that?
Well, it probably will end up being something to that effect, but it's not really focused on that. It was just a gig that came up, and it's a very interesting gig because we get to be the rhythm section for a big band like the HR band, which is a tremendous band. And, we have maybe about 22 Yellow Jackets pieces all written out for big band, of which we'll do some selections. And I believe Bob Mintzer actually arranged a couple of the pieces from this new release, from the Timeline release, for big band, especially for this gig. So in that sense, there will be some sort of promotion involved in playing this music. There'll be some mention of the fact that we have this new record coming out on March 15th.
So the new record, that's the last record is, I think it was in 2008.
And it was a collaboration with.
And so the now it changed a bit because Will Kennedy is back in the band. So this is
It changed a lot because the Life Cycle was a collaborative project with Mike Stern. So it was kind of a whole thing with Mike Stern, the Yellow Jackets, and yes, the drummer was Marcus Baylor on that. So this new record is just a quartet record for the most part with Will Kennedy. So it marks the return of Will Kennedy after 11 years gone away. And then it's a tribute to the band and its 30th anniversary. And also a special guest on one song is Robin Ford, because he started the whole thing.
Yeah. It's all
that makes sense after 30 years. So.
Yeah.
We wanted to have a guest, and we thought it was appropriate.
You're working an awful lot, recordings here, touring there. When
All
you
the
have
time.
4 weeks off, where do you go?
I'd never have 4 weeks off. I wish. I will have 12 days off in August, and I'm taking my family to Hawaii. So
great.
Yeah. Okay.
I wish it was longer,
Sounds
but unfortunately, I have work on either side of those 12 days. So, but we'll make the best of it.
So first vacation since 20 years, or
No.
like that?
No, I've had a few vacations in there, but it's probably been 3 years since I've had a vacation. Yeah, like a real vacation. You know, I've had some nice family trips and things, but a lot of times my family trips end up being me working and my family having a vacation. So it's okay. It's all fine with me. And my family is very supportive of all of that stuff, so they're great.
That's great.
Yeah, my kids and my wife, they're really
So then, when you said the release of the new album is in March.
March 15th.
So it's already a schedule for tour, or something?
Well, we'll be touring on and off all year. Yeah, we right now we have a pile of gigs, and we've already done. We played in New York for a whole week at the Blue Note already. And so, coming up, we have a run. We have several runs in Europe. I know we're going to be in Europe the end of July, and we'll also be in Europe in October, November.
Okay.
I assume if you guys would like to find out where Jimmy Haslip is, they can check it out on www.jimmyhaslip.com.
Well, that's being redone now, so it's offline, but soon it'll be back up.
But on the Yellow Jackets homepage, I think the tour dates for the
for the Yellow Jackets will be on there, so you'll at least know where I am with the Yellow Jackets. Might not know where I am otherwise, but that's okay.
Okay, great.
It's all good.
Thank you very much, Jimmy, for being guest in our little show here.
Thank you.
We were very proud to have you.
Thanks for having me.
And we would be much more proud if you would sign your name on our
I will be happy to do that. Yeah.
A little light appeared today to help a few souls to find their way. Angel eyes and fire tattoos to chase away the devil blues. Gypsy's blood and a diamond soul. She loves God and rock and roll. Yeah. Flowers grow where steel meets stone. A little love for the already known. And any fool can understand the need for rain where you find dry land. Some love money, some love control. She loves God and rock rock and roll.